All right, have a read of it first. The noise level N at a distance d meters from a single sound source of loudness L is given by this formula. Fair enough. Whatever. Two sound sources of loudness L1 and L2 are placed m meters apart. The point P lies on the line between the sound sources and is x meters from the sound source with loudness L1. Write down a formula for the sum of the noise levels at P in terms of x. Sounds like a whole bunch of gibberish, but it does make a lot of sense. It's just telling you N is given by this formula, the noise level is given by this, where L is loudness, D is the distance away from L. So distance from L. Right? So write down a formula for the sum of the noise levels. What would the sum of the noise levels be? Well, what is L here? L1 on, what's the distance to P? X squared, because it's squared, right? Plus, what's the other loudness? L2 over, what's the distance to P? M minus X squared. And we're done. That is the sum of the noise levels at P in terms of X. See? I is easy. Speed questions, I is going to be hard. And double I is easy. So you've got to get used to that. Okay, double I. I think you guys know what we've got to do with double I. So what do we always do with max-min problems? Once we found our equations, what's double I always going to be? Stat points and then nature. That's it. There's no points of inflections for max-min problem. Always. So there's not, without a doubt, like you don't even need to read this. You should already know what you're going to do. Y dash, make it equal to 0, find the nature, make sure the nature is a minimum, and go. Yep. Okay. Double I. dn on dx. Before I do this, you guys know you can't have x on the denominator. So what do? We raise the powers up, don't we? Power of -2. I just remembered. I'll let you guys think about how to differentiate that. I should go check if the windows are all closed upstairs as well. Give me a second. If you want to have a look at that to differentiate it, but give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Your parents are waiting outside, they're probably going to get a new car after this. Okay. dn on dx. Let's do it. -2. We'll bring the -2 down, right? L1 up. Why is it hard? All letters. Right? There's no numbers. That's why it's hard. That's why I said, I think you want your hand to get used to it. So -2, L1, x, -3. negative 2 L2 m take away x negative 3 times derivative of the inside because you're using chain rule. Negative 1. We're okay with that? Not too bad, right? It's the solving bit that's going to be hard. Okay, next line. Negative 2 L1 on x cubed plus 2 L2 on m minus x cubed equals 0. Okay, next. You guys want to move room? Next one. All right, we obviously know we can't have x in the denominator. You can hear me, right? Okay. We can't have x in the denominator. So what we're going to do, I'm going to move this guy, because it's negative, to the right-hand side. At this stage, what would you do? What is your gut instinct tell you to do? Cross multiply? So you would cross multiply. Now, you're a little bit annoyed because you want to find x, and usually to find x, x has to be on one side. You've got x on two sides, which isn't a problem. But then you've got this massive cubic on the right-hand side. That's annoying because if you're going to expand that, you're going to have x cubed, x squared, and x, and a number. It's going to be impossible to solve these. So you're not going to expand. What's another way to get rid of the cubed? Cube root it. So it looks weird, but it's actually what you're going to do. We're going to cube root this now. By the way, this is not band 6. This is 9900. So when you hear me say that, it means state rank. It's not band 6, because band 6 is okay. They're a lot easier than these ones. State rank questions, that means 99 to 100, they've got to be able to do this. Cool? So again, don't look at it and be afraid of it. Ready? Cube root everything. It will look like this. Cube root 2L2 x equals 2L, cube root 2L1 and then m minus x. What do I do now with the second side? Now that it's power of 1, what can I do with it? Now I can expand. So it's going to look like this. Cube root 2L2 x equals cube root 2L1 m minus cube root True? There's room in the next page. So don't feel like you've got to squeeze it in. You can turn the page. Any help? Any help? If you want to move to another room, you can. They're all empty. We're going to bring the x's to one side. True? What did I just do there? I just brought this x to the left-hand side. What do you do now when you've got two x's like this? You only want a single x. What are you going to do? F. You're going to factorize your x out. and you're done.